Good evening and welcome once again to Foreverloved Coaching Radio Show. I'm your co-host Travis. I'm here with the amazing Leah Nevers. How are you doing tonight, Leah?
I am doing well. How are you doing?
I'm not bad. I'm a little tired, actually, I'll be honest. Is there like a Mercury retrograde that I don't know about or something?
No, but the energies are definitely a little bit, they were heavier yesterday, but a little lighter today. But we're definitely going through some shifts within the planet, so that could be affecting it as well.
Yeah, it seems like we got that extra hour of daylight this week after the time change, which is great. But just feeling all right, tired when I wake up in the morning. But good to hear it's just to do with some planet shifting that we need to have happen, eh?
Could be that, and you're busy for sure.
Yeah, could be that too. Welcome again, everybody, to the Foreverloved Coaching Radio Show, helping to transform and empower lives through coaching and spirit. Leah Nevers at foreverlovedcoaching.com. You can get a hold of her if you ever wanted to book in a private reading or some life coaching, business coaching, that kind of thing that she offers. Feel free to reach out to Leah. We got a really exciting show tonight. We have a very special guest joining us later on. Her name is Gertrude Machine. I got to make sure I don't butcher the pronunciation there, but she's a really amazing woman from New Zealand, correct? Or via Zimbabwe, but running that Her Story Women's Empowerment Leadership Summit. And she is sort of the chair of that. And so she's putting that all together. How do you know Gertrude there, Leah?
Gertrude is actually contacted me back in November on LinkedIn and touched base and asked if I was interested in speaking at the Her Story Women's Global Empowerment Summit. And then she asked me to be a part of the leadership team. So the Her Story Global Empowerment Summit the purpose of it is really about bringing women together from the Western world and from the developing world, and really helping women to share their stories, and realizing that by us sharing our stories and coming together and uplifting each other and supporting each other, we can create change within the world. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful summit. It's all about, it's just really about bringing people together and just sharing, whether your story has, is sad and has a little bit of, not the most positive experience. There can be so much growth and learning that can come from those obstacles and those challenges. And so it's really about realizing whatever your story is, your story can impact somebody else and help them through a challenging time, help provide inspiration for them, help them to really listen to their own voice and really create change within themselves. So it's really about coming together. It's not about it's not about me, it's about we.
Awesome.
And supporting each other. Yeah.
And where can people find out more information about this summit coming up?
You can check out herstorycircle.com, or you can contact myself at leahnevers@foreverlovedcoaching.com. I will be chairing events on March 23rd and March 25th. However, there are events that are happening every single day until the end of this month. And then there will obviously be more summits as well down the road. And so I do have a couple of spaces left on the March 25th, about 2 or 3 spaces left. So if people are interested in speaking, feel free to reach out to me or go on to herstorycircle.com website and register there. And if you want to receive some tickets to attend, we are more than happy and would love for you to attend. And so feel free to reach out on herstorycircle.com or by emailing me, and you can get a ticket there as well to attend. And it's very, 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 very inspiring and just a great way to network and connect with people as well.
And especially, and of course, doing the networking, connecting all virtually, but it would still yield a lot of benefit, I'm sure, to be involved and rubbing shoulders with all those amazing women across the world. So
yes, it really is, and it's beautiful. We have people all over from the UK, from Australia, from New Zealand, from all over Canada that are part of the leadership team. So it's really, it's just a very powerful, powerful movement, and women have about 15 minutes to speak. And it's not just about speaking. There's great, you can sing, you can dance, you can do performance. So there's different avenues and aspects that you can definitely, you can share your story through. And so it's just a really beautiful, beautiful, beautiful movement. And Gertrude, her energy, her passion, her inspiration, she's just such a pleasure to know, and just exuberates just the sense of like, just sunshine type energy and support. So I'm very grateful to have her on the show with us today to talk to us a little bit about her mission behind her story, Women's Global Empowerment Summit, as well as a little bit more about what really catapulted her into creating this movement, as well as just talking a little bit more about the summit. So we are very happy to have Gertrude here, and I believe that she is on the call. So we're looking forward to having about 10-15 minutes to talk to her right now.
Gertrude, are you on the line?
Yes, I am. Hi, how are you guys?
Hi, Gertrude. So nice to talk to you again. How are you doing?
I am good. Lovely to catch up with you again.
Yes, I know. It's only been a few hours, but great.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Of course, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure to help you just really promote this amazing summit. And I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to be on the leadership team. So much for being here with myself and Travis. We're very, very, very grateful. And one thing I'd like to add, though, as well, is this isn't just about women. We do have a gentleman that is speaking as well. So part of this is actually about it's not just about, it's about everybody coming together and supporting women and really supporting and having people's voices heard. So there's men speaking, and men are more than welcome to attend to participate as well. So it's not just excluded to women as well. So definitely want to put that out there as well. And so, Gertrude, did you want to just tell? Go ahead, sorry.
I was just saying that I totally would like to re-emphasize that although it is a women speaking platform, we do want 25% of our speakers to be men. Until we start bringing men into the rooms where women discuss their issues, nothing much will change for the condition of women worldwide. So thank you for bringing that up.
Yes. Travis, do you have anything to add to that as being a gentleman on the show?
Yeah, well, I wasn't asked to present at this one, but maybe next time. But no, it sounds like an amazing summit, and I think it's a great cause. So yeah, all the power to you guys, and I hope it goes well. And I'm sure hopefully next year when you host it, you can do some more in-person events. I understand, Gertrude, you had a whole raft of events that were planned to be in person, but obviously because of COVID, you had to cancel or replace those with online. But why don't you tell us, Gertrude, just a couple of minutes, just give us your background and context about how this Her Story summit came up to be, and what you'd like to see at the end of it, come out of it in say 5 or 10 years even.
Okay, so this idea came when I was in recovery from heart failure. I got involved in a small biking accident that almost killed me, riding my electric bike. And I realized that the work that I had initiated throughout Southeast Asia, Africa, and the Caribbean would stop if I died. So it was a brush with death, really, that woke me up. Throughout my speaking career, I've been to 56 countries. And in every country I go to, I try and support women and help them get out of poverty in very, very small ways by creating small grassroots projects that can empower them economically. And my focus has always been on women and children. And so when this accident happened, I thought to myself, why don't I create my own speaking platform where we are all coming together to be inspired, uplifted, empowered, and supported by other women who think like us, who do like us, but who want to make a difference in the world. So we are a social impact movement. The vision was to start with 100 women, which we did in Las Vegas in 2019. And the first 100 women told 10 friends. We grew to 1,000. They told 10 friends. We grew to 10,000. And now we're hoping we're in round 3. We grow to 100,000, then 1 million. We're trying to connect 1 million women in 1 year. And in every location where we have a presence, where we have a summit or a conference, we look for those small grassroots projects that we can support. The main focus was on women and children. We've now extended it to the elderly, the homeless, and the disabled. Because of COVID, there is so much work to be done in communities around the world where everybody can make a difference in these small ways. Like we could raise money to support a woman who has a soup kitchen and she's feeding the homeless. And we know that whatever contribution we give, we can quantify that 100 people were fed that day. That's really the main vision and mission behind her story. And I also feel that when women know how to use their voices, it transcends their relationships with the partner they're with, their relationship with the boss at work, being able to vocalize your ideas. And it's a generational thing in that the girls that follow that mother will also be empowered by just seeing their mom being a role model of what they can be. So coming from Africa, from a continent where most women don't get to speak, they are second-rate citizens in their own homes, I really wanted to make sure that this platform gives women the courage to stand up and to use their voices. The other thing that has come out of this whole initiative is the platform is turning into a bridge between women in the developing world and women in the developed world so that we can help pull our sisters up, one woman at a time, one story at a time. And so many small projects have already sprouted. And I can see if we were to sit back 5, 10 years from now, that we have reached our goal of that first 1 million women and eventually reach a tipping point where this is happening in communities all over the world. That's really the big picture behind her story.
I love that metaphor you used, turning the platform into a bridge. I'm going to use that. That's a good one. That's amazing. So what are some of these grassroots sort of projects that you're referring to? What's a good example of some of the projects that you guys are getting involved in to try and lift people up?
Okay, so I'll give you a couple of examples. When we launched in Las Vegas, I told a small story of how a lot of little girls in Zimbabwe don't go to school if they have a period. The Zimbabwean government does not import menstrual products for women at a price that the poor can afford. Zimbabwe is now a country without a currency. We do not have our own local dollar. We are using US dollars. So in most of the rural communities, unless you have children who are overseas who can send you the US dollars, most people don't have access to physical cash. We are having to barter for everything in Zimbabwe. And when I shared the story, one of my speakers who was in the audience, who is now our chairperson for Riverside, California, came up to me and said, Gertrude, I'm actually working with a church group, and they make reusable sanitary pads for girls in Guatemala. And in 1 year, this lady converted her garage into a workshop. Her name is Jerry Olayan. And this workshop has produced 1,000 kids for my girls in Zimbabwe. The kids come in a beautifully handmade bag. It has 7 pads for every day of the week. It has got a small little menstrual chart so the girls can actually track their days and know when their cycle is coming. It comes with 2 little bars of soap and 3 pairs of panties. Most little girls get raped because they don't have underwear.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something like that that can make a massive difference for a child in Zimbabwe who doesn't have access to something as basic as sanitary pads. Now, the kits were ready to be shipped to Zimbabwe, and then we ran into the problem with COVID in that it's gotten very expensive to ship. It's also very expensive to get things through customs and clear things right now. And so we had another conversation that we had to make it sustainable. And the same lady raised money, collected sewing machines and overlockers, and now we're starting a small cooperative where we will train the mothers to make the sanitary pads in these villages. And that will cut out all of the transport costs. It's a double whammy in that the mothers have got employment, the girls get their products every month. So I'm really excited about that project. It's small, impactful, didn't take a lot of money to uplift, and it's just one amazing angel who lives in California who made all of this possible for us. Another example is,
Oh, I was just going to say,
I cut you off there.
Sorry to interrupt you there. Is there a website or an email that where people can contact Jerry if they want to provide donations or fundraising to this organization that you guys have created to help these children in Zimbabwe have access to menstrual products, as well as if they want to donate any sewing machines or anything like that?
Yes, I will actually send you Jerry's details in California. It's called Days for Girls. If they just specify that they want to support the little girls in Zimbabwe, I will send you the link to their website and people can donate directly and just specify that the contribution is going to get Days for Girls for the girls in Zimbabwe.
Okay, beautiful. And for any of the listeners listening, if you would love to donate to that, feel free to email me at leahneverts@foreverloved.coaching.com, and I will forward that information to you. Thank you. And so that's definitely very impactful, because that not only helps them be able to, attend school when they don't have their periods, but it also helps them to, build their sense of confidence within themselves, not having to feel uncomfortable and insecure if they're, when they get their periods, and also just really helps to feel that, they matter as well. So that's a very, very, very beautiful example of what the Her Story Women's Global Empowerment movement has done, is that it's bringing people together, and by people coming together, they're sharing and contributing to different types of organizations. And so their voices are being heard, but then everybody is coming together as a community and helping other countries, other communities, other cities, and other women. And you can see how by this one initiative, with just basically helping children to have access to basic needs such as menstrual products, it is also now creating employment for the mothers, for women in Zimbabwe. So it has that beautiful trickle effect of, with just one shift, can really go and help other aspects and help have women have resources to, build their own employment and work and receive, their own financial, gain financial support on their own without having to receive support from other people. So I think that's absolutely beautiful. So that's an example of how just one little connection can create a huge ripple effect across the world. So it's very beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Gertrude. And is there anything else that stands out to you as well that has been a huge sort of moment for you, even in a sense of aha, or a sense of growth for you while you've been going through this process of creating this movement? Oops, it looks like we have lost her. So we apologize, guys. We will get Gertrude back on air. We're just giving her a call now. The joys of live radio. So, she's back now. So welcome back, Gertrude. Sorry about that. We lost you for a moment. I was just wanting to ask you if throughout this whole process, what have you learned for yourself going through this movement and creating this movement?
Say that again?
I was just asking if throughout this whole process, what have you learned? What have you grown within yourself? What has been sort of a huge impact for you personally going through and creating this, being the curator of the Women's Global Empowerment Summit?
Oh, okay. So the biggest growth spurt for me is learning to be a leader and to hand over what feels like my baby to women like you, Leah, young women who are stepping up, who are seeing the magnitude of this project and wanting to get involved. Because up until the point where I started the Her Story movement, I was literally a one-man band doing a lot of this work on my own. And then I thought if I could inspire other people to see the potential of what could be done when women collaborate, this movement could grow much quicker, much faster. And for me, it's really a legacy piece where I know that just by initiating this, I've left some kind of a mark on the world. And so just mentoring and coaching all the women who are stepping forward, like Leah, to become leaders in their own cities, in their towns, in their villages, has been the most amazing thing I have done in a very long time. I don't have the words to thank you, Leah. You were one of the first ones who said yes. You know, with the very first conversation, you really understood what I was trying to create. And you stepped up with no hesitation at all. And it's just been an absolute pleasure working with you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. From the moment you connected with me on LinkedIn was very much, it is actually interesting, and I've shared this story before, is when we've been talking about the Her Story Summit, is that I actually, about an hour or so before you messaged me on LinkedIn, I actually don't think I ever shared this story with you, is I actually did a prayer because I was like, I feel like I need to do something more. And I felt like I wanted something that was sort of uplifting and sort of wanting to, even though I'm doing a lot already, wanting to do more. And so I actually said a prayer to the angels. And I kid you not, within about 45 minutes is when I got that message on LinkedIn from you. And I remember exactly where I was sitting. I was sitting on the ferry coming home from visiting my family. And you sent me this message, and I was just like, this is definitely like a godsend. This is, this is definitely a sign. And then when we connected and booked a call, I was just like, I love this woman's energy. I love her purpose. I love her passion. I love the mission behind this movement. And that's why I was just like, I don't really have the time for this, but I can't say no, because it's really, intuitively, I feel it. And I've said this before, I feel like it's going somewhere and it's really a huge impact. So I have so much gratitude to you for asking me to be part of this leadership team in this movement, because it is something that for me has always been part of my coaching, part of my business, is really to empower women and help women transform their lives through spirit and through coaching and through bringing women together and realizing that we don't have to do this alone. And like you, I'm somebody who sometimes struggles with asking for help. So, you did this all on your own, and then realizing you don't have to do it on your own. You can be a leader and still have that help and still have that support. So it's, as women, we're used to taking on a bunch of roles as mothers, daughters, wives, sisters, business owners, employees. And there's always kind of a lot that we feel that we can do. And sometimes we forget to realize that we can have that support of others. So this movement is really about realizing that us women can come together, still be successful in our own right, while also helping others be successful too. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for asking me to be a part of your beautiful purpose and mission. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, that's what I've come to realize, Leah, that our strength really lies in our numbers. It's when women start to collaborate and work together that we can really have impact. And I'd also just like to add that the ethos of the Her Story Circle is an African philosophy called Ubuntu. Ubuntu, Gamuntu, Ngabantu says, a person is only a person through other people. It is our way of expressing the condition of being human, that there is no you, there is no me, there's only we if the human race is going to succeed. Mm-hmm. And in the we philosophy, it means that if one of us is affected in the world, we are all impacted. And I think the COVID virus is a good illustration of what's happening in the world right now, that we are all literally a breath away from affecting and infecting each other. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of us need to wake up to that fact that as human beings, we are so interconnected. There's very little separation between us. But the world has been living in a sense of not enoughness right now.
Yeah, it's really realizing that we are all one. And during COVID, like you said, it's a perfect example of just in my local community, the level of people coming together and supporting each other and not thinking about themselves, but thinking about, everyone else, thinking about their neighbors, people spending time socializing more with the people they're close to, their families, their neighbors, really connecting and realizing that we can support each other, whether it's just bringing a cup of sugar over to your neighbor or as in, COVID times, giving somebody a toilet paper roll since, that's been that we had the shortage and that things like that. So it's really about realizing that we can, and it is not about I, it is about we. And so I really love that that saying that you have. So thank you for sharing that as well. And we do, unfortunately, as much as we would love to continue talking to you, we do only have less than a minute left. So we want to thank you for coming on. Gertrude, is there anything else that you would like to say before we say goodbye? And we will definitely have you on again at some point as well, too.
I just want to say thank you to everybody listening. Thank you to everybody who's enrolled to participate and speak. If you are inspired to stand up and share your story and use your voice, just go onto our website, herstorycircle.com, and register to speak. Register to participate and come and attend the workshops and the conference as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And so herstorycircle.com. Write that down, folks. Also, I just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Sandra Horton, an executive leadership coach, website sandrahorton.com, and Bob Tucker, a body harmonizations practitioner. Transcend your reality into pure harmony. Check out Bob's website, creativeharmonicsolutions.com. Thank you again for tuning in. Thanks to Gertrude so much for joining us. Transform and empower lives through coaching and spirit. Find Leah Nevers on Leah Nevers at foreverlovecoaching.com. Thanks so much, Leah. And any last words?
Thank you so much, Travis, for being here as always. And thank you, Gertrude, for being here with us. And just for the purpose of, talking about sharing your voice, maybe go out there and share your voice and speak your truth and say something that has maybe been hard for you to say for quite some time.